So we previously created the mobile support process, and this is intended for mobile interaction channels. This would be things like SMS messaging, for instance, or mobile snap-ins, and we'll be getting into the mobile support channel as far as case management goes later in this course, but I wanted to show you now that we've got our support processes in place. We're going to create a case record type to correspond with the mobile support process. And it notes here that after creating a new support process, you associate it with one or more case record types to apply it to new cases. And so if you recall from the admin exam, it's record types that control the different page layouts that you can do. And we're going to associate a case record type with the support process. And we first need to create the new case record type. So under record types, we're on the case object in Object Manager. I'm going to click New, and we're going to create a mobile case record type. And we're going to leave this set to active. We want to go ahead and create all these different record types for these different interaction channels, and I'll go through this process one lecture at a time. It'll be a little bit repetitive, but we'll try and switch it up a little bit as we go along. And in the end, we want to associate this, though, with the mobile support process. And usually for sake of understanding, it's best to have your support process and your record type name to match. It's a little redundant, but that way you're not confusing things. And sometimes you may not have a direct one-to-one correlation of a record type for each support process. You could have multiple record types going to the same support process, for example, but we're just going to do a one-to-one relationship here for sake of ease. And so we're going to click Next. And here, though, before I click Next, let me just say that this is enabling this case record type for all profiles. And it's the first case record type we're introducing in our org, so it is marked as the default for all profiles for the case object. I'm going to click Next. And then for the case page layout assignment, I'm going to keep this the default of, well, not the default of case marketing. I'm going to select the case layout. There's 4 different page layouts available out of the box, one that's marketing specific, one that's sales, and one support. I'm just doing the one layout for all profiles. If I wanted to make these profiles specific, I click the second radio button and select the page layouts here, for example. But I'm just going to leave all these as case layout and click Save. Now we've created the case record type for mobile. And so we've also associated the mobile case record type with the mobile support process. And just as a reminder, the mobile interaction channel, that doesn't have to do with mobile phones so much as far as calls from mobile phones. That will be covered in the telephony lecture, which is the next lecture. And telephony has to do with incoming or outgoing phone calls, and there's a lot of case management around that. With the mobile interaction, that typically is via mobile devices, and that's usually like SMS text messaging or mobile snap-ins inside of applications that are on mobile devices such as phones or tablets. And so now in the next lecture, we're going to set up the telephony interaction channel dealing with phones and phone calls that are incoming and outgoing.